I fell to the ground and I couldn't, move my legs. I knew I was paralyzed. I could just feel intense pain in my, abdomen area. And the next bullet went through my right humerus, completely shattered it in two. I was watching the blood just, flow through the cracks of the brick because, that's how much blood I was losing. Finally make it to the hospital, and I'm just thinking like, all right, I made it to the hospital. That's good enough. I'm done, and I passed out.
New at 11, packing books and firepower. A Sarasota state lawmaker is pushing a bill again to allow college students to carry concealed firearms on campus.
In the concealed carry statute, there are certain places that concealed permit carrier holders are prohibited from carrying, and one of those places is colleges and universities. So the legislation actually goes in and just repeals that one sentence. So if the bill were to pass, concealed permit carrier holders would be able to carry on college and university campuses.
And even the most ardent weapon supporters would say to you, well, I don't think we should allow everybody to walk down the street with a bazooka or a nuclear bomb. I mean, we put limits on arms and on weapons for a reason. And so what it comes down to is a matter of where you draw that line. From my perspective, when you're talking about students, that's a pretty good place to draw the line.
Everyone is speaking out against this. There's coalitions around the state of Florida. There are students rallying. There are students present and faculty present at committee hearings. This isn't a secret. We're against this.
I'm against concealed carry on campus. I think it's a bad idea because a lot of the kids here are experimenting with drugs or alcohol for the first time, or they're under a lot of stress. And I just think it's a really bad idea to add guns to the mix.
I know that I wouldn't want to be in class and, know that somebody next to me may have a gun.
I don't want everyone to be walking around with guns on campus. I think that's a little more unsafe than just having the police walking around with them.
I would not feel safe just looking around and not knowing who has a gun and just...
Yeah, if I saw other students carrying guns, I think it would make me feel less safe than more safe.
Give me a number that shows that an overwhelming majority of students want this, and then we can talk. Until then, this bill should be dismissed.
The Tampa Bay Times came out with an article, and they reached out to like all the major public universities, and they all struck it down. The board of governors struck it down, the president of the university struck it down, and the police departments of the university struck it down as well. They don't want this bill. I don't want this bill as a student.
4 days before the scheduled end of the session on May 1st, the House declares an adjournment. So the net result of that was to effectively kill or pause any legislative movement on House Bill 4005 and Senate Bill 176. If it hadn't have been for the stakeholders who this bill would most affect being part of the effort to stop the bill, we wouldn't be sitting here today. Similar policies will be introduced year after year after year, and the important thing is for all of us to show up and keep working towards a better way of resolving differences and conflict, not only on our campuses, but in our state and in our country.